So this game is a good example of a bad matchup played decently, I would say. I'm red side, so I always start wherever my bot lane is, which is, some people would tell you otherwise. Like if I'm blue side, or red side, I will start blue here, and then go wolves into scuttle, or blue. If I start red side, I go blue, gromp, scuttle, wolves, my red buff. That clear is actually a little slow, so you'll want to ward the red buff to make sure you're not being invaded. When I start blue side, or blue team, red like start, I go red, wolves, scuttle, and then I either gank or I go to my blue buff and do gromp. You can also alternatively do red, walk all the way here to scuttle, do that, then do wolves and blue and gromp in any order you want, as long as you're level 3 when you go to gank. In this game you'll see I should have gone straight to scuttle instead of doing wolves. Just speed this up. So I go do wolves, where I should have gone to go do scuttle, and the reason for that is Udyr's clear speed is very fast and he can outduel me early. And so he does his scuttle and then runs straight up to this scuttle, and so he manages to clear it so fast I can't do anything about it. He just takes it and I'm forced to lose out on scuttle and burn my flash because I got greedy for the harvest stack there. So I just do my blue buff. I'm watching top. I was pretty sure top got warded because I saw him make a movement down here, but because he's overextended so far, the ward does not matter, and he manages to push up even further. And so you'll see, I know the ward is there, I just walk right up to him because Vlad has gone in and slowed him. And let me just play that back. So here, I know he can see me, but because Vlad has gone in and slowed him, as well as he's so pushed up, I can just walk right up to him and save my E for when he burns his flash, and then boom, a free kill. So a very important strategy as Kha'Zix when you're ganking is to be patient and try to walk up to them without using your E, because it is your best catch-up tool. It's the only reason I secured a kill there. If I had just E'd directly in on him as I got up there, he would have just flashed away and run off. But because I held my E, and because my flash was down, I was forced to hold the E, I managed to get a kill and his flash, putting me far ahead. Udyr shows up, just run away. I waste some time here, you really shouldn't. Now a strategy I do quite often as Kha'Zix, and I've only recently started doing, is I will rush a Warhammer instead of my jungle item first. And so you can see here I bought a Warhammer instead of getting blue smite or red smite, because that allows me to have just that much more dueling power. I guess red smite would give probably equivalent, but I want to be using my smite on camps right now to clear them anyways. So I just go straight down to here. Always clear the little ones while you're fighting the big one for isolation. Usually I don't do chicken as well early when I don't have the other jungle, like the upgraded jungle item, just because you don't get the mana regen or AoE. But because I had smite up there, I figured it was beneficial for experience. I'm still, as well you can see, I'm still not contesting these rifts. I keep saying Rift Herald. I'm not contesting the scuttles because I know that Udyr can outduel me. And so I just take what I can. I don't try anything greedy. I know that this is a losing matchup for me, and I just play safe and pick up easy free kills where they show themselves. So Udyr goes, does dragon. I can't do anything about it. There's no ward there or anything. Vlad gets an okay TP off there. He didn't really need to, but whatever. I'm still farming because there's nothing I can do there to help. I'm just trying to hit level 6. Go to take my blue buff. Just speed it up a bit here. So I haven't hit 6 yet, but when I hit 6, you'll see I evolve my Q, because that gives very strong dueling power, and I can actually start to duel Udyr if he plays it poorly with my ult and Q. The only way I can kill him is if I have both my ult and Q up, because Udyr just does so much damage with his autos, and so I have to prevent him from auto attacking me with the stealth. So I just keep farming for now. There's nowhere I should be on the map. I guess I could have counter ganked top, but I don't think there was anything I could really do there too much. And I hadn't noticed him going in for the gank. It was too late. That's what a better player would have noticed, is that a gank was being set up top side, or at least that top was too pushed out. I know there's nothing I can do here, so just back. By this point, I haven't gotten any more kills, but I'm actually pretty far ahead, just because I've farmed so intensively. I might even not be considered far ahead, but as Kha'Zix, I've hit a power spike by hitting level 6, and I have good damage. Also, all the farming has given me a good few Dark Harvest stacks. The faster you hit 150, the better. Here I die. That was unexpected. The Diana was actually losing pretty hard up until that moment, and she just bursted me much faster than I thought. It's not a champion you see often, so I felt pretty guilty feeding this dude's lane a kill, but it works out later on anyways. We come back. So I'm 1-1 at this point. No other kills. I made a big mistake there, but everyone does. Just keep clearing. There's nowhere else to be on the map. I see Diana roaming there. Let me go back. So I saw Diana was roaming. It was being pinged and everything, but I figured clearing the red buff would be more beneficial, just because I wanted to. One, I was being greedy and I wanted to get it out of the way. And two, if Diana roamed down here, because they saw, they can actually help me to kill her, whether I realized I needed it or not. I probably didn't. And so I just quickly finished clearing the red buff. Evolved Q lets me do that. And then I go to join the fight that's about to start. Because my bot lane noticed, look, they secure what's effectively a free kill. I shouldn't have got that, honestly, but I don't know, their burst wasn't high enough. I'm glad I did, because you need to really play greedy when you're playing Kha'Zix, just because you want to be the one carrying, especially with this build. And so here I know because there's a pink ward, Udyr has no vision. And I know as well that Udyr thinks he can dual echo. And so I wait, and he doesn't end up turning. Unfortunately, he wasn't dumb enough. But I ward there. I'm actually setting up for dragon now, because I know we have a mid laner, they don't, as well as my evolved Q just lets me do this very quickly. I wouldn't normally play this risky, but I knew that I had backup and Udyr didn't. And I then decided to I decided to leave dragon there though. As much as I had backup, it was still a risky play. My bot lane was low on mana and looked like they wanted to back. My echo was backing and couldn't reach me in time if Udyr was going to burst me. I also hadn't backed in a while, so I had a good bit of gold ready to spend. You can see I have my warriors 2 and 1 right now. Just speed it up. I just keep farming. There's nowhere else to be on the map right now. I could be doing dragon, but it's just too risky to go there as well. Udyr has much more dueling power than me right now, unfortunately. And Diana had lane presence there, so there was nothing I could do to try and secure it. Just keep farming. A very big thing with Kha'Zix, and the reason you see me farming so much, is early on you used to be very powerful as Kha'Zix, but right now there are a lot of bad matchups you'll play against that you can't duel early. Basically most bruisers. Eve is a good example of a champion you can duel early, just because she's squishy and you have more burst than her with isolation. But for the most part, you're not going to be looking to duel anyone like until you hit 6 at least. And even now, Udyr is a strong duelist, especially against Kha'Zix, just because Kha'Zix is so squishy. He can stun him, stun me, melt me. I have to just run away at that point. Like, he just kills me too fast with the CC. And so if I try to gank and he counter ganks, it just goes poorly. And for the most part, I'm just looking to pick up little kills, the easy ones, you know, like when someone makes a mistake. I'm not looking to force kills. Basically, you don't have to. And so I'm just farming and looking for the free kills, essentially, to get me ahead, as well as farming. And so I see bot lane has a lot of vision control here, and so I just go for a lane gank, which takes a while. I probably shouldn't have wasted so much time here, but then we see Kha'Zix coming down, or Udyr coming down from the river, and so I realized that if I just stay in the bush, because they have no vision, I can stealth right up to her and one-shot her, because she was low and overextended. That was a very poor play by Kaisa. And now our Vlad, who's pretty map aware, TP's in, and boom, more free kills. As you can see, everyone I killed here too was isolated. The isolation range is not actually that big. And so just stealth right up onto the squishy, kill her. Easy kill here. She can't like push me back or anything, like too far back. I can just E back. If you haven't noticed, I haven't actually used my E yet. I haven't had to, and so I just try to use it to steal a kill there. We push, get a pretty big lead here. No one's coming to respond, so we can just keep pushing. Like, Rumble is pushing top, but 4 people definitely outpush 1 Rumble. So we just keep at it. Take 2 free towers there. This basically pushes us extremely far ahead, and at this point there's no chance we're losing. Oh. So here what happened is I went to go back in this bush and will evolve my ult in the bush, and Janna alone comes to clear wards, and you can't see, but the sweeper doesn't quite hit me. Like, I'm just out of range up until this moment where she walks close to the bush, and boom, she's screwed. So the way sweeper works is it like blinks your position, and so I timed it to where I stepped back so she'd auto that, and then she goes in toward the bush, and boom, as soon as she sees me, it's too late. And because I held my E, I can just E on her to get a kill after I waste my flash. And then she's overextended without anyone, but Udyr's there, so I die. So right now, I think I am 5-2. And so as you saw, I've just been picking up like easy cheese kills so far. Like just isolated, working with the team to capitalize on the opposing team's mistakes. Kha'Zix is insanely good at that, and so I focus the most on that. I would normally be invading and just trying to duel their jungler, but as you saw a second ago, Udyr can just annihilate me at any point. Especially with Red Smite. I just can't, you can't duel him, basically. If the Udyr is smart, you're not going to be able to duel him easily at all. With Ult Evolve though, if they're not building like tanky, you can if they're isolated, essentially.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Just more clearing. Nothing greedy. I have to wait for my team here, so just let them take the tower back off. Okay. I think this was my third death. We'll see in a sec. But I see the TP coming in. Yeah, this is my third death. So I go in. Unfortunately, as you can see here, my Echo was bursted pretty quickly. And so he ults back to where he TP'd from, and I just wasted an ult charge. I didn't notice my screen was up here that he ulted back. I expected like whoever TP'd to help me out a bit. And so I go, turn onto her. Another misplay there is I shouldn't have used my E. I don't even know why I did. But right there I should have autoed her instead of Eing. Let me just play it back real quick. So here I go in, waste an ult charge. He ults back. I couldn't reach Janna in my stealth. That's why I just autoed Udyr for the free damage. So I walk back and then double back in stealth. That's like, it's a pretty good strategy to use. Most people don't expect it. Right onto the Janna, and I should have autoed her right there. I should have just auto-queued. I have no idea why I E'd there. But that basically leads to my death. I don't even, like, this is all, I know I'm slowed here, so I'm gonna die to Udyr if I try to get away anyways. I have no flash, no E, only one ult charge. So I figured I'd just go back in for the free kill, see what happens, and I just die and pay for it. That whole situation was a misplay. And in that situation, one, you should have just I should have just not fought. But two, if I played it perfectly, I could have, when I E'd, I should have just auto Q'd her, and she likely would have died with an auto Q W. But instead, I wasted my E. She walked out of my auto range, so I couldn't get Dark Harvest or my passive off. And I wasted my gap closer plus 2 charges of my ult at that point. So I was screwed. There was nothing I could do there. Just very poorly played. I wasted every tool at my disposal trying to greedily get a kill. And as you can see, I died for it. But that is my last death of the game, fortunately. But the biggest mistake was using all 3 tools like that I had to escape. Or 3 out of the 4, technically, if you count every ult charge. All trying to go in. Here we go. I see a fight getting ready to break out. Just clearing wards. It's very important you clear wards like at all times with Duskblade. You rely very heavily on them not having vision of you. I think there's a good example of how to engage as Kha'Zix somewhere around here. If you have ult evolve, point it out when it comes up. Just making sure I have the Dark Harvest stacks. I think I'm at 104 yet so far, so not there yet. So I know they have vision of me there, but around this corner they don't. I just poke a bit, waiting for the team. Once again, I can't do anything. Just making sure she can't back. Just clearing. I don't know why they didn't keep pushing there. I guess they ran out of minions. I have to just give up that ward, unfortunately. Another big thing is buy a lot of pink wards and place them in this bush right here if you're on this side, or this bush right here if you're on red side, and that'll give you like good awareness of where the enemy jungler is for the most part. As you can see, I'm not giving away vision of myself, and the way I know there's no vision is Duskblade passive is up. It's very important that the enemy has no idea where you are when you're playing Kha'Zix, because you want to be able to come at weird angles to assassinate their squishies. Also, just like, I'm not going in on Diana or anyone there, even though they're isolated, just because Diana has her shield and a good bit of health, and pretty much just as much burst as I do, and it's risky basically. You don't want to make risky plays. You don't have to make risky plays as Kha'Zix, and so don't. In short. So I see a fight breaking out here. This is really good for me. Just stealth right up to her. She went in full blown, like, big overstep on her part. I'll slow it down. So here the fight breaks out, like, Kha'Zix Kha'Zix gets greedy, and so she can't see me, right? And when she ults, she can't see me because I was in stealth. She would have seen me with vision, with the vision she had of Jinx, if I hadn't pressed R there. And so because I did, and because she engages, it's just a free kill. Walk up, auto Q, boom, she's dead. And I still have 2 more charges of ults. Kinda got cucked there a bit, but I just move on. More Dark Harvest stacks, which is really big. I've just been picking up like easy cheese kills here. Like nothing big. We don't have to worry about them because their AD is dead. This is a good fight. So my team was competent this game. It's not exactly a showcase of me carrying, but it shows what to do if you're in a matchup where you shouldn't be winning. And just like, I just cleaned it up there. Nothing more to say about that. And then they proceed to FF not long after. Here another fight breaks out. She's like full health. Gets kind of destroyed by Jinx. Free kill. This wasn't a game I carried, but it was a good game to showcase what to do when you don't have a winning matchup. And in short, the answer is just play safe. Play very safe. And we just push. We take advantage of 3 people being dead, and we end.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.